Wow, so this is doing really well. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I just filled up my pocket. And this is the scenes behind my garden. Look at my tangerine tree. There must be 200 or 300 tangerines on here. But I think it's about time that we go down and see what's going on in Gary's garden after I eat a few tangerines. Hi, it's Robbie from Southern California, and there is my deck garden up there. But I am now down in Gary's garden, going to do a close-up for the year on what's going on in a winter garden before we get into the new year. So yours is very green. Are you watering it or letting the rain do its thing?
Letting the rain do it all.
Yeah, no kidding with the rain. I wish it would stop raining. Today's the only day that it hasn't rained. So what do you want to tell us about your garden?
Basically, my ponds are doing well. I know I've got hair algae in places. The celery is coming up everywhere. That's the peppermint stick, I believe. And that tastes good this time of the year. So it's very hot and spicy, maybe too hot for some people when it starts to flower and seed. But that's doing really well.
I see you've got a lot of garlic chives growing, and you've got tons of seeds like me. And then you've got your red vein sorrel, and you've got collard, I guess, over there. A lot of different things.
I've got a lot of different things. The garlic chives are coming up as volunteers everywhere amongst the celery. All these are garlic chives. So,
oh yeah, there's the little seed.
So I can just move that around everywhere.
You can move them or just toss the seed where you want to grow them.
Right now I didn't put any drain holes in my ponds, so they're flooding out a little bit. But I'm just collecting the water, and the water's like really good organic water to put around my bananas, so I'm just collecting it. My potato mint is starting to die off a little bit, but it's still green at the tips, so I don't know how long that's going to go for. It's doing pretty good down here. It's already flowered, it's pretty much done with flowering. I've got different onions and different things growing all through here. I've got onions in my new tubs now, and I've got onions just growing up in the ground. They're starting to volunteer. I've got a lot of Swiss chard. This Swiss chard, by the end of summer, will be 6 foot high. So right now, like last year we did a garden tour. So right now I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to do some walkways this year so I can actually get through this section. So this section here I'm mainly using for greens.
And what's in here?
More onions and some volunteer potatoes that I dug out of the ground. I put them in here. I was going to transplant them, but right now I'm leaving them here. I've got all sorts of potatoes coming up all over the ground right now, and I'm just digging them up and moving them to where I want them. Pepinos are flowering. So I've harvested a lot of pepinos from these this year, and they're starting to flower again, so they're cycling back in. My lemon verbena is getting pretty tall. It's gone through a flowering stage. And this whole section here is going to be laid out a little different. I want to be able to walk from one side to the other. So I put in these half barrels. So I'm going to use these as hose guards, so I can drag the hose past, and I'll be able to walk through here. I'm having a bit of an issue with the gophers, so when I plant the purple tree collards, I'm going to put those in baskets. So I've dug some holes, I've been putting the baskets in the ground. I'm going to have like a hedge for those around the outside of my garden. I've got artichoke going, I've got that going in a couple of places. So I'm going to grow some of that this year again.
This is a tree collard here, right?
Yeah, this is a tree collard here. I'm going to grow my purple tree collards along there, and tree collards get a little top heavy, So I used a stake made out of rebar to hook it over the top, and that's supporting it. Rather than put a stake in the ground, I'm going to support them from above, and that's what I'm going to do with the purples. As they get taller, I'll trellis those up.
I see you even have broccoli growing, or sprouting broccoli down there growing. I'll try to walk over there soon.
Yeah, I've got sprouting broccoli.
I think you took that out of my garden.
I took that out of your garden. I transplanted it over here. Yeah, it's doing well. It's flowering, and it's got broccoli pieces on it.
Ooh, I love that.
So I've got some of that growing. I've got different kales growing throughout here.
Gosh, that is so good. And so sweet. That's why Kitty loves it, our Yorkie. I see this whole area is doing really well with the Russian red curly kale, and then you've got more tree collards?
Yeah, I think this is tree collard. That came from your garden. This came from my hot tub when I took everything out of the hot tub and I put a pond in. So that's a purple curly kale. I can't remember the variety.
And you've got onions down there, or are those walking onions growing?
I think these ones here are walking onions. I've got some fava beans growing in here as well, or broad beans. They haven't flowered yet. I've got a few of those scattered across here.
And then you've got rhubarb?
Rhubarb, yes. This was the first rhubarb I've got, so it's pretty well on its way. And it seems to be doing well here. I haven't had rhubarb since I left Australia almost 30 years ago, so that'll be something different. A lot of these plants I got from CPG, Certified Plant Growers in Norwalk, California.
So all in all, your garden is looking really good down here. It must not be getting any wind right now. Look how beautiful it is and green.
Yeah, we've got pretty much a good windbreak in here and things are taking off.
And your ponds are all covered up, can't even see them.
Yeah, my ponds are starting to show themselves again. The sweet potato that are in the ponds are starting to die back and rot to the bottom. But I don't know, you probably can't see the fish. The fish are doing it really well in there.
What is that vine growing there with the big leaves, the big round leaves? That one, yeah.
That's sweet potato.
Sweet potato, the leaves look so different when they grow in the pond.
Well, these are dying off. So this will die back. It should be a nice green colour like that.
Okay, it looks really nice.
This is on its way out. My cannas are still flowering and attracting hummingbirds, so that's good. I need to collect the seeds off the ends and trim it back. I might harvest some and eat it this year, but the hummingbirds really enjoy this plant. My turmeric is dying back, but because I put them in tubs, most of them are put in tubs, I'll be able to find them very easily.
So they're not in the ground, they're actually in containers in the ground. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, they're in bottomless containers.
Bottomless.
So these are in containers. The ones I've got around the side here, there are a couple of volunteers that I missed when I dug these ones out. So they came up this year. I know where they are. I want to move those.
And this is all sweet potatoes growing on the ground?
This is all sweet potatoes, yes.
Wow.
Mostly a purple variety, but there could be other varieties in here too.
What is growing up the chain link all over? The whole chain, 6-foot chain link?
That's sweet potatoes too. So sweet potatoes will ramble along the ground. If it hits something, it'll grow up a fence or it will vine up. Like the ubes will just vine straight up, but sweet potatoes are really a ground cover. A lot of my ubes are starting to die back, so I can start harvesting them now. Some are still green. The ones that are a little more sheltered are still green. My bananas are very productive still. I haven't had any to eat for a while, but when the weather starts warming up, we'll get more bananas.
Wow, you've got a lot of bananas on there.
Yeah, I've got a lot of bananas, and they just need a little bit more heat before they'll ripen, I think. And heading back this way, I guess I've got different things in here. I've got daikon radish growing in here. So we can harvest some of those anytime. So some of those are getting a decent size. And then I've got more
beets and Swiss chard?
Beets in here. And there is some Swiss chard growing.
I don't want to, you know what I don't want to step on? These are all baby volunteer Swiss chard, I think, all over the ground.
Volunteer Swiss chard, but it doesn't matter, there's so much.
Oh, and they're, okay.
We've got plenty.
And there's the beets. Wow, so this is doing really well. I know, I just feel bad stepping on all those babies. And there's your Malabar spinach.
Yeah, the Malabar.
I'm going to step around the other way because I'm shooting right into the sun. Look at that. Let me show all, look at that. Mine has on the deck. I don't have any in my garden, but on the deck, mine have all died back because they're in the air and they're getting all the cold air. And look how beautiful that is. All the berries. Love making pink or reddish frosting and different things you can do with the berries. Look at that. Wow, it's still growing and growing.
It's still growing and growing. I thought it was dying back because the one against the wall started to get sort of a few dots on its leaves, but I realised that was hail damage from a storm. So the cold from the hail hitting it damaged the leaves, but under here it's sheltered and it's still growing. It's going pretty good, I think.
It's doing really good. So it's got a lot more protection. The deck is so open, it just gets all the cold weather right off the bat. And yeah, that ube is doing really well back there. And then you've got something here in the pond. Are these the peanuts or what are those? What is this?
That pigeon peas. I soaked some pigeon peas. I sat them in here. This is a little nursery area. I've got canna seeds that I started. I didn't separate these. I separated these. And this is pure wood chips. I need to drain some of the water out of here too because the water's a little too high. And if I get different cuttings, like this one's a pepino, I just take the cuttings, I stick it in the wood chips.
You can wash it in the water and show the roots really good. Look at that. Just by sticking it in that kind of, it's like a bog, isn't it?
It's like a bog. Normally it's a little drier because this water level's a little lower, but that's just a good way of starting seeds.
Look at that.
You know, I start seeds and cuttings. So this piece broke. I just stuck it in the wood chips and it survived. It set root. Now I just have to plant it somewhere.
Really cool. Wow. So that's about it for right now. I'll kind of do a quick update of what's going on in the winter. In the cold, you've got more pepinos here. At least the plant's doing really good.
Yeah, the plant's doing really good. I don't know if it's sacked fruit or not. Some of these leaves are, well, some of the flowers. Oh, the flowers are still opening. I see some there. But some of the flowers have already closed. So that's continuing on.
Oh, looking good. All right. Well, I wanted to do a quick update. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, so with that, I guess that's it. And we'll see what happens with spring when spring comes. And are you doing anything or you're just going to right now just maintain the garden and just clean and start doing your cutouts of different walkways and stuff? That's all you're going to do? No, you're not planting anything really new right now.
No, I'm not planting anything really new right now. I'm just trying to get the infrastructure set up. So that's about basically it.
Okay, so with that, we'll come back in the new year. See what happens as spring comes, and I better get some Malabar spinach picked. So everybody have a great day, and don't forget...
Say what you grow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.